Yeah, I am here. So obviously, uh, I was away because I was sick. It was the Rona, if you want to know. Um, and yeah, I mean, I am okay, of course. Uh, but this thing is back. We need to make it slower because apparently it's too fast for a 6-year-old driving it in the house. Uh, he is apparently bumping it into everything because it's, well, too fast for him. So we need to make it slower, which will be interesting. Um, Not sure how we're gonna do it, but we are gonna do it regardless. And of course, one challenge that's also happening is that this thing is disconnecting apparently. So we need to engineer this part here so it does not disconnect. I have some ideas, but we'll see how it goes. Um, but first, but first, we should be doing some unboxing. As you know, I have bought the Kada Italian supercar, um, and let's inspect the package. I have not opened it yet. It's been here for a while, but I have not come to open it. So let's see. So it is still in its closed state. Okay. So first, I bought a Bluebricks special as a gift for a friend. It's the big, basically. Uh, so this is nice. Yeah. Holy shit. This thing is heavy. This thing is heavy. adventures of the rear. I mean, obviously it's the non-motorized version. I do have the motors to motorize it, of course. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, should we build it on stream or not? You decide. Um, I'm not sure if I want to build it, but if we vote to make a build stream or two, of course, we're gonna do it. Obviously, I'm not in no hurry to build it yet or to open it. I mean, we're gonna open it, of course, but I mean, we're not gonna build it. Where's the scissors? We're not gonna build it today. So let's see what's inside. It does. Come on, open up. Ah. Wow. Okay. I did not anticipate this. This is actually quite neat. Quite neat. No. The title of the string is right. We are just doing some small unboxing at the end, at the start. So nice. Okay. Okay. It's interesting to see subtle differences between Kata parts and Lego parts. Very interesting. I like the differences. I like them. It's like they made some Lego parts better. But yeah. There we go. As said before, we're not gonna build this yet. Or, ever. But we are going to have a vote in Discord, and we'll see. If you vote to build it, we're gonna build it. Come on. Okay. There. Where do I put this now? I think under the desk. Ugh. So. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And by the way, if anybody's doubting my purchase, this thing, so this heavy box with all the parts was 111 euros. That's insane. That's a bargain for that set, really. So I had no choice, realistically. Um, So this set, obviously, come on, focus, focus, was driven quite a lot indeed, because there's gunk already collecting around the axles. So it did see action. It did see action. Right. So we need to make it slower, obviously. How much slower? I don't know. I would say that if we change the 32 to a I wouldn't say 1-to-1. I would maybe even go with a 20 tooth. So we turn this around by 90 degrees, and then this is much lower than before, or like now. And then a 20 tooth gear is driving this. Obviously, we need to experiment. It's even possible. And dismantle this because we're not gonna use it as this anyway. How the fuck do I get this apart? I mean, I can try first if this is gonna work even. And yes, it is. So this is my idea. So we're gonna slow it down like this and see if it works. Yeah. We need. Oh, we can leave those as they are. Okay. But this one needs to go. What the? Oh, obviously the wrong side. Obviously. And no one said anything. Okay. Okay. We'll see how we're gonna attach this further down the line. Okay. Okay. Right, so we can attach this here YA in here. Very good. And this part here, we can only attach at the top. Very simply. Where did I put... Where did I put that back? Just a second. What the... Oh, right. Did I put it here? Not here. What? Oh. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, then we're gonna use the... Then we're gonna use the gray ones. Doesn't matter. That's even better. So we're gonna use these on top to hold it in. Here. And here we are going to use this here, out of sheer convenience. Nope. Not like this. No problem. No problem. We're just gonna use it like this, and this is gonna be a permanent fixture. And this one, it's gonna be fine. There. Oh, come on! What the? Okay. Locomotive with unpronounceable name. Why is the locomotive unpronounceable? That's interesting. And this is gonna be fine. It's sitting all right. We'll see if this is too slow or not. I don't know. Okay. Now we need to do the spring mounts. Very important. Spring mounts. The spring mounts were mounted in this at this height, if I recall correctly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at this height. Not anymore. Not here, because this is not possible. Okay, not possible, because the motor is fatter here, and I cannot mount this. Okay, we need to make something that, you know, here this doesn't slip out. Well, I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do after the locomotive. So no idea whatsoever. But keep in mind that the locomotive will take a while to build. So we're talking like a year from now, at least, at the very least. Nah, I'm not interested in buses. Sorry, not interested at all. Okay, we can make it one step higher, like here. Yeah, here, and we can make it in a way that it doesn't disconnect. So I guess we could use these. The plan for the locomotive is basically, well, obviously driving forward and backward, steerable bogies. It has to have the buffers need to be on springs. Then we need to have a working, I mean, working, a loud engine, obviously. So a piston engine of sorts that's not going to be driving the locomotive. It's going to be driven by one electric motor to make noises. Then of course working lights, and it needs to be on top of all the mechanical stuff. It needs to look good, and have the usual functions of opening cab doors, interior in the cab, openable and removable engine cover, these kind of things. Okay. So this is not gonna work the way I intended. I think this is gonna be too high, or where's the wheel? This is gonna be too high. Um, we put it here. Okay, that's doable. We put this here. So one stud lower in the motor. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, I think. It's about where it was before. But this time, it's not gonna be able to go anywhere. Or so we hope. So we hope. Yeah. Okay. So okay, one stud away from the ball joint. And this needs to be in this at this height. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on. Ah. So it needs to be here. No, plane. What? No, I'm absolutely not interested in planes. So this is half a stud. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is half a stud. And we don't have room to go a full stud. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Obviously, we need to make a half a stud solution. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. I don't think the cat is gonna like this at all. Probably not a good idea. Mm, damn it. this looks okay. And we can replicate this on the other side as well in the exact same manner to make it symmetrical. The weather here is so depressing. It's raining all the fucking time. I hate it. Really hate it. There we go. Oh, okay. One stud. No. What? Oh, it needs to be half a stud further out. Okay, 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 okay. Of course. Of course. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna exploit this. I'm going to exploit this. By making ourselves a bracket for this. I mean, one cannot even go on a walk because it's such dreadful outside. This is my least favorite time of the year. Okay. Is this gonna be okay? Yeah, I think so. And then we have another one on the other side, and it's gonna be fine. This has to be these. be fine. You know what's left to do? Put it together and test it, and see if it's too slow or I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Come on. Something's gonna be wrong with it. It can't be right on the first try. Yeah, there we go. What's the matter? Oh, right. Yes, of course. How did I not anticipate this? This one has to be on the other side. No problem. There we go. Okay. So technically, this should be the same functionality. It looks the same, but it needs to be slower. Go. I'm just gonna adjust something on the front because the owners did some tinkering here in the front, which I do not approve. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. And you know, shitty design of Lego. I mean, they have a policy of not destroy, so illegal building techniques. Okay, you see, this model was not there very long yet. We already have destroyed axles. These are worn out beyond belief anyway. So since the owners changed this, I'm gonna just go with it and make it the way Lego intended it to be. But before I give it back, I'm gonna spray some silicone spray lubricant in here, which I don't have here with me right now, so I cannot do it right now, but I'm going to do it a bit later. Okay. I so hate this. I so hate this. Okay. Mm, So, um, let's see how fast or slow it is. It is slower. Mm. So, I mean, um, it is slower. I I don't know. I mean, yeah, for indoors, we're basically tuning this for a 6-year old for indoor driving. So it was quite fast before, but I think it's okay now. You know, it's we cannot make it slower. That's the thing. This is the slowest that we actually can make it. Otherwise, there's no way we can not even package it. So we went from a 32 to 32 to 28 drive to a 22 to 28. So quite a reduction, and that's okay. It has the torque, but it's not fast enough to seriously self-destruct itself. Ah, I pressed the wrong. I mean, if this was properly left right, it would be fine. But I cannot remember which is which. Maybe if I hold it like this. Yeah, this is actually, if I hold it like this, My brain is kind of doing it right. It's much easier to do throttle left right than steering reverse. So if I have the throttle, if I have to adjust the throttle left and right, that's easier for my brain than if I have to adjust the steering front to back. I mean, this is really hard, but this is easy. So yeah, that's it. That is it for our plugin. And these cannot dislodge. Everything is perfectly balanced here. Now this is soft enough for everything. Everything you can put into its way, it's gonna handle it. I mean, the front could be a bit softer, but it's all right. Rear could maybe use an anti-roll bar, but you know, since it's a fun car, it's fine. A bit of sideways action if it does get any, you know, it's easier when it goes around carpet and stuff. You know that it constantly should, but you know it's very hard to tune it. Uh, the difference between too soft and too hard is very slim. And of course, you see how little we drove. How little we drove, and already uh, the wheel has slid off the axle. Why? Simply because there's so much wobble in here still, despite our best efforts, that basically when the car is driving forward, the wheels do this, and they basically slowly creep out. And there's no easy way to fix it, because if we uh, if we would make a toe adjustment here, so if we did a toe in, we would not fix the problem, because the car is doing so much back and forth that then when the car would be driving reverse, this would be basically the reverse would pull the wheels off. So I don't know. The only real solution here would be, you know, a thread here or something, or super glue or whatever. But you know, yeah, I mean, you have to increase friction here for this to not happen. But there's nothing I could put in there to really increase friction that much that this would be solvable. You know, some sort of clamp here or whatever, but that's really almost impossible. Almost impossible. So, you know, the owner has to live with the fact that he has to constantly, you know, adjust the play in these, and that's of course why then the axles here get grind down, you know, like this. Come on, focus. You know, you can clearly see how it was grinding, because you know there's slack, and when you have slack, That's what happens. You know. No, the bushings won't work. They will increase the friction a little bit, but not enough for this to happen, to stop happening, to stop happening. And then the problem is that you will lose the bushing, and then you have to constantly put new bushings on. That's not really the solution. The solution is to just leave it as is and constantly adjust it, I think. Ideally, of course, this would have the wheel hubs, but the wheel hubs are too big for this scale and setup, uh, sadly. Yeah, of course they do, but uh, uh, they would hold for a longer time, but they will fall off eventually. That's the problem. They will fall off eventually, and they're just gonna be lost. And they're just small piece, so I don't even bother. Uh, because when the car is driving forward, this is constantly happening, and that there's a force pulling these two apart slowly. Nothing you can do other than constantly readjusting them together. Whatever you're gonna put in there, it's gonna fly off eventually. So there's no use. If we would put something on, there would be the only way I see of increasing friction while not having the part fly off is if we would put a pulley wheel on here with that would be attached with pins. Uh, this would increase the friction a bit. That would help. I am not sure I would do that, but this is the sad situation. At least we don't have bump steer. At least this is fixed. And the suspension is a lot softer here in the front, a lot softer and more pliable. And of course the car can do this, which helps it with traction on carpet and what else, and we don't have the wobble of the suspension components anymore. So it is a lot better than it was. With the Lego one, this effect was even greater because everything. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's it with this buggy. I think we cannot do any better. That's basically it. Where should I put this? On the floor. So this brings us to our Countach, and god damn it, it looks good. I like it. These lines. Yeah. Christian did make some suggestions for the rear, so for the quarter panels. What I've seen from him is that all of this would be basically plates. We would use tiles here instead of the lift arms. All this would be tiled. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but it's entirely possible. And then putting on the scoop would be very easy, because all of this is styles, and you know it goes well together. Um, Also, this here would probably be easier to accomplish with tiles. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I think I need to make an order for all of this. But one thing that we have not mechanical thing that we have not solved yet is, now that we changed all of this, uh, how do we make the shifter? So we obviously need to revisit the gearbox, because some slack needs to be ironed out so it shifts more reliably, and we need to make this axle here. The axle here. Oh. You can maybe it's gonna focus here. This axle here, it's now able to spin. We need to make it not spinnable, so we need to redesign the shifter a little bit together with no slack, and then we can have the servo here again, shifting everything. I think that's probably gonna be what's gonna happen. I don't see us being able to have the servo in any other position, realistically. Ideally it would be hidden here behind the seat, but it's not that kind of a servo. If it was a servo that goes 90-degree continuously, we could. But this servo goes just 90-degree back to center, 90-degree back to center. So we have to place it here. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, sadly. But the gearbox is reliable and does not skip. That's very good. But I was thinking regarding the gearbox, how could we do something that would take away a little bit of that harshness when we apply full power. There's the only thing that's cushioning the power of the motors is basically the slack in the gears. Other than that, uh, other than that, the drivetrain is getting the whole harshness. And the problem is the weight of the car. So when you're driving it on the rollers, that's not a big deal. But when the car has momentum, you're driving, and you want to stop the car, God forbid, you basically reverse the motors, and you put a lot of stress on the drivetrain. And eventually, something's gonna break. Eventually, something's gonna break. And we probably should engineer in some sort of cushion. I don't know. Maybe just a clutch made out of the rubber thingies, the two stud rubber lift arms, that would basically dampen everything like a Hardy or Gibo or whatever you spell it, so that the the drivetrain would have a soft start. I don't know, something like that. Because otherwise I see just destruction in this car's future. That's my worry. You will drive casually, as fast as you can, and then instinctively, instinctively you press reverse like I did on the buggy, uh, reverse to brake for an obstacle or whatever. And the moment you brake, of course, the car goes, I don't know, 10 kilometers per hour, let's say. It weighs, I don't know, 3 kilos. Uh, and suddenly you are putting it in reverse. That's it's not gonna take this kindly. Let's put it like this. It's not gonna take it kindly. This is what worries me. Um, I don't know. I have no idea how to implement it yet, but we need to think about it. There's gotta be a way to do it. Probably, I don't know, between the motors and the rest. Maybe we have to switch the gears that are driving the clutch to the other side, so to the rear, and have the central gear driving here, so we can have room for the soft clutch on the other side. I don't know. That would be my thinking. But it has to happen because that's not gonna the drivetrain. I mean, it's surviving now on the rollers, but uh, once outside and once you're doing a full speed run, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough on the drivetrain. Yeah. I mean, I have not planned anything else for today. This buggy solution came in too quickly, I guess. Um, no, but it's so amazing to me how much smoother and better the gearbox is running uh, because of the frame and the fact that it's not torsionally binding. This is such an amazing effect. So many gearboxes out there are underperforming because they are well, they're Lego style gearboxes. They are built into the chassis of the car. So when the chassis of the car is torsionally twisting, and most chassis are shit, um, the the whole gearbox is twisting. And when the gearbox is twisting, the axles and the gears grind, and the axles are binding on the in the pinholes, and that's why the gearboxes are shit. They're losing efficiency, of course, and people are compensating with oils or whatever, but that's not the solution. I mean, silicone spray lubricant in a gearbox like this does no harm. Let's be clear, but it's not the solution for a gearbox that is having a lot of torsional or frictional problems, and the frictional problems are being caused, of course, by it twisting and not everything being perfectly aligned. And yeah, we succeeded in that. Um, and when we are testing the car, we are not lubricating it because nobody else is gonna lubricate it. I can lubricate it for myself, but that's gonna just skew the results or the findings because you know then I will live in a false presumption that nothing's gonna happen because I'm lubricating it, while the majority of buyers won't. So yeah, we're gonna run it dry, of course. Um, yeah, I mean that's it. Um, we are going to vote, of course, on the red supercar. Do we want me to build it, or we got Jonas just gonna uh, use it for parts? Either way is fine with me. If we build it, of course, we're gonna motorize it because I do have the motors, so that's not a problem. Um, yeah, when we're gonna build it, I don't know. Um, this weekend, we'll see. Tomorrow, I don't think we're gonna have a stream, but on Sunday, we are probably gonna have one in the afternoon, of course. We are going to continue with the Kuntash, of course. Um, and we're gonna try Christian's idea here for the quarter panel with the scoop. I obviously don't have all the pieces, but we're gonna make do with something. We need to find out how all of this looks, if the angles are right ish. We need to make the window here system somehow. The mm, the Naka duct. We do know how to make it, but I need to order the parts. And then we need to make something out of the window frame. The frame as it is now, it's not okay, and we need to design the mm, divisions in here, let's say, that are characteristic for the Kuntash. And then, of course, the gaping hole here, the front bumper, we need to design something that fits in here. Um, and the hood and the rear bumper, or the rear. It doesn't have a bumper to speak of. And the seats. And then we're basically done. Easy. We'll see. I really hope we can wrap this up. I don't know, by the end of January. I don't know. Maybe. But I see just too many problems still being around. I don't know. This is still bothering me to no end, because no matter what I do, you see, this here is still doing this. Ideally, we would have the longer kata piece. So not a 3-stud lift arm here, but a longer lift arm that would alleviate a lot of this. That would make this a lot less prone to doing this. And I think we need to get it somehow. If maybe you can do some research for me. Um, is there a cheap kata set that has a longer lift arm in it that I can buy? We need two, of course, at least. So it needs to be at least a 5-stud or a 7-stud lift arm with pins on either side. That would be ideal. And if we put that lift arm in here, this would be solved, basically. Yeah, because then we can make the downright section here different and better, um, and this would solve all of this. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think this is all for today. Yeah, I know it was a short stream, but I'm back after uh, almost 2 weeks. Um, you know, it is what it is. Um, well, and of course, cleaning out the desk and all the parts was a revelation. I mean, I cannot state this enough that I really should basically clean the desk after every stream because suddenly you find parts that you thought were not there. I will put the poll up right after the stream so we can have some results relatively quickly because I'm curious as well. What do you want? Do you want me to build the thing or not? Mhm. Yeah, it gets dusty and all of this shit, and you don't find anything because all of this is full of parts. It should be obvious, you know, when look at it. Oh, I there's the part is on the desk, but you can see it in every stream. I'm just looking for it. It has to be here. It is, but I cannot find it because there are so many parts. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's continue this on Discord with a poll. And I guess I see you in the next stream, which is gonna be much sooner than we had now. You know, this was an exception because of unexpected circumstances. Let's put it this way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next stream.